the heart and soul behind every business. Stories. Welcome to Business Story of the Week, hosted by me, Joshua Laurie. From setbacks to comebacks, from tragedies to triumphs, we inspire entrepreneurs through conversations that matter. Witness the magic that turns dreams into reality. Whether it's your career, business, or life, your success is always one story away. This is Business Story of the Week.
Hi, I'm Adrian Smude, and this is Business Story of the Week.
And that is Adrian Smude, the Smude operator himself, our guest for today. And I am your host, Joshua. And today's question is, what's the most unexpected lesson you can learn from a mobile home or buying a mobile home, basically? Well, our guest for today is the perfect guest to answer that question. Adrian Smude began his real estate journey in 2002, transitioning from an unexpected eviction to a savvy housing provider. Over the next decade, Adrian dabbled as a hobbyist in real estate until a pivotal REIA meeting. In 2013, ignited his passion for investing specifically in mobile homes. Recognized as an authority in this niche market, Adrian has written the best-selling book, How to Buy a Mobile Home, and is a proactive member of the three mastermind groups, including an elite one that he leads himself. He dedicates his time to teaching nationwide, sharing insight and strategies for success in real estate. And today, he is going to be sharing that same insight in this episode. Adrian, thank you for coming on. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I appreciate you having me. I'm excited about the topic today.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I can feel the energy as well. Adrian, first off, before we truly start this off, I'm quite excited about that. What was the young Adrian like? What was the young Adrian Smude operator himself? Did he always know he was going to buy mobile homes or really start teaching into real estate? What was it like as a
No,
young
not
Adrian?
at all. I'm super fearful of speaking in front of people. Actually, I passed my public speaking class in college
Uh-huh.
without speaking somehow. That's
Wow.
how much of a fear I had of speaking and being in front of people. I also grew up with mobile homes, the bad stigma that a lot of us already have of them, but I grew up with that. No, I had no idea I would be doing what I'm doing. And further I get through my journey, I've learned to never say never because I
Yes.
never thought I'd be doing anything I'm doing right now.
Wow. Well, I mean, investing in mobile homes, real estate. I don't think anyone woke up one morning and say, "Wow, I'm going to live in a mobile home." Well, maybe there are people you've met like that today. But Adrian, talk to me about your early experiences, especially with being evicted and
Yeah.
the short sales. How did this pivotal moment affect your path in real estate?
So whenever my friends and I were about 20, we were renting. We stayed semi-local to where our parents lived, but we were renting and we were really bad tenants. So we had a bunch of parties, is what we were getting evicted for. Parties like spaghetti wrestling, mud wrestling, parking a motorcycle in the living room, a pool party inside the living room. I think we had a mud wrestling, pudding wrestling. I'm not sure which ones I said. All kinds of parties. Don't rent to 20-year-old Adrian and his friends, is the learning lesson there. But what I did that was really smart, and I can't even say I fully understood what I was doing at the time, I just wanted to stop getting evicted. So the way to solve that problem was to buy a house because then no one could evict us. Well, I bought the house and then I rented out the rooms to my friends, divided my mortgage up. What today is called house hacking. I was
Yes.
doing that then. I lived for free, living for free at 20 years old without living with your parents is really cool.
Very cool.
So I went and did it again. The second time, the short story there is it didn't work out so well. I listened to only the banks. I bought at the top of the market. They said, don't worry, real estate keeps going up forever. You'll refinance in 2 years.
Okay.
You're going to lose a little bit for 2 years, but you'll refinance. 2 years later, market's going down. I couldn't refinance. I had an adjustable rate mortgage. So I went from losing a little bit every month to a little bit more every month. I gave it up as a short sale. That hurt really bad right then.
Oh,
but it's one of the better things that ever happened to me because it made me a very conservative investor, like numbers,
right,
because people don't
right.
think of conservative in mobile homes.
Hmm.
And then fast forward, that's what helped me search for something different. Because
Right.
I have thought we've been at the top of this like big boom cycle for, I don't know, 8, 9 years.
Hmm.
So I've been extremely wrong.
Right.
But that's what made me look for something else. I
Right.
found the mobile homes. I've transitioned my entire
Mhm.
business to buying and renting mobile homes with the land. And I also, the emotional piece of it is I get to help and serve a different part of the client, of the world,
Interesting.
the people that live in them that
Hmm.
don't normally get served with a good heart, we'll say, because
Hmm.
we have a lot of bad stereotypes about mobile
Hmm.
homes, and they're not always true.
Okay, well, first of all, I think that's a common, path that most real estate investors take into. They kind of like overestimate the market, so to speak,
Yes.
and having that kind of like a gut punch, a lesson to learn from. Real quick though, with your experience, you said you wanted to look for a niche, something unique, and you zeroed down into mobile homes. What advice would you give to new investors, and why was mobile homes in particular the one that you focused into? And would you give the same advice to new investors as well?
Good question. So a lot of us and entrepreneurs, investors especially, we have this shiny object syndrome where
Yes.
every time we hear another podcast, every time we hear another speaker, anything, we're like, "Ooh, I'm gonna go all in on that," and then
Ah.
next week I'm gonna go all in on that. We jump around so much.
Mhm.
I actually think that's important. The difference is that my thoughts now are we have to have an end to that. So as we listen to stuff, we're like, okay, I like that. That's a maybe. And we listen to someone else, that's just not my personality. So I
Right.
learned from about my personality, multifamily is not me. I like
Mhm.
single family properties. There's no right or wrong. We need all of them.
Of course.
So you finally kind of start narrowing it down, and then you just have to pick something and stick with it. Don't
Right.
stick with it for 3 weeks, a month, 2 months. You got to go at least 6 months, really, probably a year, year and a half.
Mhm.
And that's hard for the overstimulating entrepreneur that's shiny and wants to try different things.
Uh-huh.
So find something that you like and fits your personality. We can make money in pretty much everything.
Right.
So there's no right or wrong. So find it, take massive imperfect action, ask for help
Mhm.
when you fail. Failing's
Mhm.
normal. I for the longest time was so scared to fail and so scared to tell people I failed. I learned that the more you ask for help, your peers, your mentors, your coaches, the
Right.
faster you grow. And
I
then
like
about
that.
mobile homes, yeah, I think they're a great place to start. I still invest in them today. I don't just teach on them, we actively buy them. I think there's tons of opportunity of why now is the best time.
Mhm.
Uh, that's my quick advice for people.
Well, talk to us a little bit
And
about
it's
the
not a quick
approach.
journey. Sorry, that's the other thing. I
Well,
just said quick advice, but it is not a quick journey.
that's it. That's it. I mean, I think anything that's worth it needs a little bit more time, and I agree with that totally. And, real estate, career, business, whatever it might be, it does take time and consistency. Adrian, talk to us a little bit about the approach in mobile homes. You say you purchase it along with the land, and also there's there's a stigma, right? Let's try to unravel that a bit because people don't see mobile homes the same way they would a normal house. Talk to us about your approach with mobile homes and what is the awareness that we need to start surrounding about mobile homes? What is the mindset shift that we need to change about mobile homes?
That is where I always have to start with people is the mindset shift. So I
Mhm.
appreciate you asking that. And I'm
Mhm.
going to be not so nice and use the term trailer trash. You are being very, very kind. Trailer trash is the stigma. I mean,
Mhm.
Netflix, country music, movies,
Mhm.
they all make fun of it. And it is
Mhm.
funny, but it's like any stereotype. It doesn't have to be true. And it's not always
Yes.
true.
Yes.
But our properties that we buy
Mhm.
are good homes in good areas where people want to live.
Right.
Just
Right.
because it is a mobile home or a trailer doesn't mean it has terrible people in it. It's the location, is what I have found. The same people could be living in a concrete home, a wood frame home, an apartment, but then all of a sudden it's a mobile home that was moved there and we call them trailer trash. I have found it is not always true. If we buy a bad property, keep it
Okay.
as a bad property in a bad area and treat them like that, yeah, that's who we're going to attract. Our residents that live in our properties
Okay.
are mainly blue collar handyman, handywoman. They take
All right.
pride in their home, even if they're just renting it from us, not buying it. They're renting it from us. They still
Okay.
take pride in their home because it's their home. They fix it up and they make it theirs. So that stereotype is not always true. You can laugh at the
Mhm.
Netflix specials and all that, but when it comes to real life, it's not true.
It's not true. Well, the thing is, again, a stereotype, a mindset change. We need to
Yep.
start looking at it differently. Uh, I didn't want to use the word yourself, but I'm glad that
Yep.
you mentioned the term yourself. But talk to us about upkeep. Talk to us about what makes it different from mobile homes or regular homes, rather. Um, why choose a mobile home over a regular home when it feels like a mobile home requires a lot more upkeep?
Well, it can require more upkeep if you
Hmm,
don't take care of it. I like to
interesting.
split mobile homes in kind of two different age groups. Now, let's
Okay.
talk about the older ones, the more of like a trailer. I'm putting some air quotes if you're not actually watching. Like a 60s, 70s mobile home.
Mhm.
Yes, they're going to require more upkeep. They weren't built as strong. They were built very, very, very cheap. In fact, they're all built in factories. There's a
Okay.
very important year in the mobile home space is the year that the U.S. federal government put in a mandate from HUD. It's June 15th, 1976.
Cool.
Anything built older than that, they didn't have good regulation. They kind of built it however they wanted.
Cool.
So yeah, before that, the quality's not as good. That means you can repair it a little cheaper, but labor doesn't really change.
Hmm.
Humans cost about the same amount of money to work on something, no matter what it is, and that's a lot of our cost. But we can upgrade the old ones with exact same materials that are in any house. Now,
Interesting.
1980s were kind of a transition year, so I like to go to the 1990s and newer. We can rehab those, and they look and feel and act just like a house. They just happen to be on a metal frame as a
Okay.
trailer. The
Hmm.
newer ones, like brand new ones, which is not the business I'm in, but the brand new ones, they sell those that can withstand 165 mile per hour wind. Because that's always another big fear of people is hurricanes
Wow.
and tornadoes and they fly around. 165 mile per hour wind is really strong wind. So they
Okay.
build the new ones like that. But let me shift back to the very old ones. The 1960s with a 165 mile per hour wind. My business is in Central Florida. And
Hmm.
one of my
Hmm.
mentors that helped upgrade my mindset, well, he goes, there's 1960s still sitting around. I was like, so? His reply was, they've been through more hurricanes than you have.
Interesting.
If he had a microphone, he could have
Interesting.
dropped it right then and walked out.
That's it
It's
right
like,
there.
you're right. There are the affordable housing. We have affordable housing crisis, not just in America, I think the whole world, honestly. They really serve that population that needs affordable housing. You know,
Right.
and a real
What?
quick, I didn't answer another question about the home and land. I should
Right.
really quick talk about there's three main ways to invest in
Please,
mobile
please,
homes.
please. I would love that.
You can do the entire park, two ways to run a mobile home park, and that's the one that people hear about the most because they have lots of sexy zeros on it
Okay.
on the purchase price. Own everything, homes and land, everything. You own a flat apartment complex. The other way
Okay.
you can run a mobile home park is you own just the dirt and people pay to park it there every month. We call it
Okay.
lot
Okay.
rent, space rent. You own a big parking lot. And then you can have a combination of the two.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Another way you can invest in mobile homes is you can buy just that home inside the park and you do not own the dirt. You pay someone to park it there every single month. The cheapest, lowest cost that you can get into housing, real estate. It's
Of
technically
course.
not real estate, it's personal property.
Yes.
Where I focus is I like to buy a single unit with the dirt. It is a real estate transaction. I'm buying the dirt and the home that sits there.
Mm-hmm.
It's really no different than your ranch style house,
Right.
except for the home was built in a factory and brought there. So the
Mm-hmm.
real estate transaction there, and that's where I have found my niche. I have money in a little bit of all of it, but that middle has just been hidden. I don't really know why, and I'm
Wow.
taking advantage of the fact that there's less people in competition there.
Wow. Well, Why do you think there's so much, there's so little competition around that? Do you think it's still about stereotypes?
Honestly, I think a lot of it is ego because it makes for a good Instagram talk. And so when you have lots of zeros on your purchase price,
Yes.
and for a good while, that did make a lot of money. The hedge funds
Right.
got in there and they were able to it's a business there more than
Right.
housing. It's a business that's in housing. And
Hmm.
then the unit is so cheap dollars to get in. You can have high ROI, but it
Right.
is smaller numbers
Mhm.
and it's forgotten about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
From
I
my
mean, I
new
mean,
investors by experienced investors I even talked to around the country that have been in the business 30, 40 years, they're like, oh yeah, I did one of them in my career.
right.
It,
Right.
I
I
don't
mean,
really know why, but they're everywhere in the
right.
US.
Hmm.
And I like to go where people aren't going because there's
That's
less
it.
competition.
Of
I
course.
also like to be different. And then I get to help serve in a good way a population that doesn't have a lot of people helping them.
And it feels like the passion is there. Like you said, you want to help people, and you want. It feels like there is some desire there to truly help people who truly needs affordable housing, and it's no surprise that mobile homes is a an obvious choice for that. Um, of course, the website that you have, where people can find you, is lifestyle-rei.com and mywifebuys.com, by the way. Very funny. But Adrian, talk to us about a little bit of Lifestyle REI before we hop on there on the website. Of course, we'd love our audience and listeners to learn more about what you guys do.
Yeah, so Lifestyle REI came about whenever I became successful and I wasn't quiet about it in my local market about mobile homes. And people started asking me, will you share about it? Will you teach our group? And then I learned after I got over my fear of speaking,
Yeah.
and I'm not fully over it. I still get a little bit of butterflies, but I got
I
it
don't
conquered.
notice
How
at
about
all.
that? I learned I really love to share and help other people. I get to learn as I do that. And a
Hmm.
lot of my mentors did that for me.
Hmm.
So then
Hmm.
I decided, all right, well, I'm going to make this serious and travel around the country and teach
Right.
lifestyle real estate investor.
Right.
Lifestyle because it comes first.
Right.
I believe in building a business that serves your personal life, not our personal life serving our business 80, 90 hours a week, every week. I'm not saying there aren't weeks that I spend a lot of hours on my business, but I'm
Of course.
always looking at what do I really enjoy? Am I doing more of that? You can
Hmm.
count this recording as like work hours, but I love this. So
That's
it's
it.
not work to me. I have to fix some password stuff on my computer. That's been being put off for months and months and months because I hate it. So I'm consistently looking at, all right, what do I truly enjoy? How can I do
Mhm.
more of that? Make some
Right.
more money and add someone on my team to do the stuff that I'm not good at, someone else is
Of
better
course.
at.
Of
So
course.
that is a lot of what the education is around is like just let's find what we truly want in life.
Mhm.
Mobile homes is a lot of my education in there because that's how I've gotten successful. It's
Of
not
course.
talked about. There's not much education out there. And yeah, and by the way, I do have a PDF that I can, if anyone wants to email me, talking about these myths
So,
that we did. So
wow.
I
Wow.
would gladly share that because that is always the first thing in any business is we got to get rid of the bad stereotypes,
Of
upgrade our
course.
mindset about that topic,
Hmm.
so then we can actually learn about it and invest in it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, that is truly the way. I mean, change the mindset, educate, put it out there. And that's what you're doing. That's what your mission is. You are changing people's mindset on mobile homes. What a mission. I mean, like you said, I don't think anyone wakes up and I'm like, I'm going to change people's mind about mobile homes. But y- you're doing it. You're doing it, Adrian. And of course, again, talk to us about all your other ventures. Where else can we find you? Again, the website is lifestyle-rei.com, mywifebuys.com. Talk to us about a bit about that. Where else can we find you? Where can we connect with you, Adrian?
So mywifebuys.com, that is my buying brand. And it
Mm.
started out because I just kind of want people to approach me. I'm actually an introvert. People don't always get that
Don't
because I
notice.
recharge to have a lot of energy on these and then I have to recharge again later.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
but so it's my wife buys mobile homes. So that had people come to me. And I wear a
Interesting.
bright yellow shirt. So I'm a
Hmm.
little different there.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of reasons that marketing works. It's fits my personality, it's third
Right.
party.
Right.
Women are a little bit like lower everyone's guard up. Us
Right.
guys, we have a little bit higher energy that sets people on guard sometimes, and it's
Right.
just our natural. So
Mhm.
there's a lot of psychological reasons that brand works. So that is my buying. And then when I did the lifestyle, I kept the same yellow shirt. But you can find me on social medias. I'm on most of them. Lifestyle RAI. Shoot me a message on there if I can help you. You can email me directly to me. Is Adrian at lifestyle-rei.com. And then, like I said, my site. And as you can tell, I love to talk about it. I love business. I love mindset. Mindset's the most important part of business. And I
Of
took a
course.
long time to learn that the hard way.
Well, Adrian, I can feel it. I can feel the passion. I can feel the enjoyment is exuding through the screen right now. You taught us a lot about mindset today. I love it. You really should start calling yourself the smooth operator. When it comes to, all this stuff that you want to talk about, the mission that you're doing, Adrian. Of course, are you on any socials? Can we connect with you? Are you on LinkedIn? Where we'd love to keep in touch.
I am the age of Facebook, so I'm the most active on Facebook.
All right.
I am also pretty active on Instagram. I'm not so active on X, but I do have stuff on there. And I have a friend's son that's actually running it for me. And
Uh,
then LinkedIn, yes, I check it, but not daily.
okay.
And I
Okay.
think
Okay.
that's my social medias. We've
All
talked
right.
about getting on some others, but I stick with what I know, even though,
Of course.
yeah, I could have a wider presence, but
Mhm.
I'm not a big enough corporation to have enough
Of
people
course.
in it. That costs more
Understood.
money. Because, again, I don't know how to reword it for some of the other socials. Like TikTok, I thought we had to dance the whole time, so I didn't get on it. And boy, was I wrong. I look back at that. That is a big learning lesson because
Right.
Gary Vee was speaking in November of 2019, and he said
Yes.
over and over and over there in that presentation, get on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
didn't want to dance, so I didn't. Look how ahead of the time I would have been, and I could have been
I
in a
mean,
different place.
you could do it now. There's not too late. We could do a few dances.
Exactly. It's never too late, and I've made an excuse to not
Right.
get on there
Okay.
because of dancing.
Well, we again. There's always an opportunity. Maybe we could do. You could do more of that mission as well. You start talking about more about mobile homes on there. Why not? Adrian, it's been fantastic. You've been such a great guest on here. I love the enthusiasm. I love what you do on when it comes to mobile homes and mindset shifts and business. Anything else you'd love to leave behind? One last bit of wisdom for our audience and listeners. What would it be? Take us home.
Yeah. Take something from this episode we've talked about a lot in a short time and put it to action in your business or cross something off like, you know what? Mobile homes really aren't for me. Now you know, and then you have one less item to the shiny object. Upgrade your mindset. You can do that with every episode. Take at least
Right.
one nugget and put it to work right away.
Right. Awesome. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Adrian Smude himself, the man himself. And, take action, put yourself in there. And of course, if you want to learn more, the website is lifestyle-rei.com. And Adrian, thank you for coming on the show.
I appreciate you having me, and you do all the hard work of producing it. I show up and have fun and talk.
Well, Adrian, I have fun too, especially with guests like you and that energy as well. Um, to all our audience and listeners out there, thank you for watching the episode. I hope you enjoyed their time with Adrian, and we will see you on the next one. Bye bye.
All right, so here's the thing. We try to get a little bit better every day, but we can't do it without you. So if you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe below. And if you have any comments, just leave them in the space under.